Today is June 12th, and the Yankees murderized the Cubs. They slaughtered them, and it was embarrassing. Go Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steam and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy, and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy, and Jake.
Hello, and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, presented by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. Sitting in the Manhattan office is Jake, and by his side is producer BBD. The Yankees sweep the Cubbies. They win their fourth series in a row, their 11th win at home in a row. They advance to 50 games over 500 or something like that and continue to win. Jake, did all of that sound correct?
James Davis Wimbledon, to everyone's first coach. Hope you're enjoying this episode. Yeah, that sounds about right. You guys know Dan Rourke, my number guy. I think he said the Yankees are on pace for a $118 wins now. So again, pretty decent pace. A 733 win percentage. The Cubs were literally a team not on the same level as the Yankees. Like, if these teams met, don't get me wrong, I know there's injuries and different things, and hey, if this was at Wrigley, no. I mean, if these teams locked up for a $162, I think the Yankees win 130 of them. This Cubs team is kind of in a sad state. I think they were hoping to kind of be a 500 team this year, and it looks like things have gone south in the north side. We're back in 5. So, Yankees dominate so much that before this little episode, we had a little team meeting to be like, the Yankees keep dominating. What do we talk about? And there's mustaches, and there's home runs, and there's position, so we're going to be good. But, man, times are good, Jim Buck, too.
Laughably good. I mean,
Laugh
almost.
then. Laugh.
And then my mom,
What's your fake
who
laugh?
is a Yankees fan.
Do your mom's laugh.
I
Okay.
I can't figure it out.
She's never laughed.
No, she laughs.
She laughs. I've seen it.
I can't hear it in my head right now. Man, I got to figure that out.
We'll call her
You know-
later this episode and tell her to laugh.
No, I think I got to call a sibling and be like, how does mom laugh?
No, I think you calling your mom and saying, Mom, laugh. I think that would go over really well.
I think it's like a giggle, like in-breath giggle. I don't know. You're really throwing me for a loop here. I wish I
Okay.
could know my mom's laugh right off the rip. Anyway, my mom felt bad for the Cubs pitching.
Which time? Every time?
No, I think
Just
she
Schwarmer?
probably my mom probably relished in it for a little bit,
Right.
but I got a text today. I now feel bad for the Cubs.
So just as an org.
Yes.
And
I
that's
didn't
fine.
I
I
didn't
feel
respond to
bad
that.
for the Cubs too, dude. Like, you're getting excited for maybe a summer of fun in Wrigley, and like they're so dead.
Well, they made the pivot. I talked about it on Talking Baseball last week. The Cubs fully made the pivot because they're got a lot of injuries in the rotation. Stroman got scratched here, so even more that they were like that Swarmer kid,
Right.
and Keegan Aiken. He's
Thompson.
newish to the rotation. Thompson, Aiken's on the Orioles, newish to the rotation. But they kind of made the pivot to this youth pitching and just all right, let's see what we got. And it was brutal. I don't think they had anything on that kid game 2.
No.
And I don't think they had anything today, but the numbers look like they did because there's just no, but his pitching was just, you know what? Never mind.
I know. I actually, we have some connections to the Yankees. I heard what they were picking up on Schwarmer. They were picking up on his 89 mile per hour fastball and his slider. A 2-pitch rookie that's touching 90. Like, I don't in the Bronx on national TV, like that's just not the formula this year. And the Yankees on the other side, this was talking Cubs, thank you. The Yankees are awesome, dude. I mean, we'll talk Carpenter, maybe even a little Higgy today, but it just against this Cubs team, almost every button came up. Banuelos.
Manny Banuelos gets his first save.
How about that?
It's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. We want to rip an ad and first burn and just get into this, baby?
It's awesome. You know what else is awesome? Trade coffee. Do you drink coffee?
I do. I had some today.
I drink coffee. I drank coffee today. I didn't have coffee yesterday. I was a mess.
Shout out Will, who I met this morning when I was having my coffee.
Big shout out to Will. Trade coffee. They pick out a coffee for you. There's 450 different kinds live and ready to ship every day, and no one coffee is perfect. Ask the coffee people. There's not one perfect coffee. Otherwise, we'd all drink that coffee. But there's a perfect coffee for you at Trade Coffee. You go, you take a test. What do you like? What don't you like? Drinktrade.com/Yanks. And if you do that, you're going to take their quiz, figure out what you like. They're going to line you up with your coffee, and then you're going to get $30 off your first order plus free shipping. That's more than 40 cups of coffee for free. If you're a once-a-day coffee person, that's more than a month of coffee. Go check out drinktrade.com/Yanks. And by the way, Father's Day is coming up. A trade subscription is the perfect gift for the coffee lovers in your life. If you drink coffee or you know a coffee drinker, why don't you go to drinktrade.com/Yanks, $30 off your first order plus free shipping at trade.com. We got you back, Jimbo?
I can hear you. I can't see you. But, yeah, I'm back.
Lucky.
I am lucky. Thanks.
You're blessed.
Blessed. Did I miss the burn?
No.
Wow.
We're about to kick it off. We're ready for you.
Let's do game one. What a burn this is going to be.
The Northsiders, the Chicago Cubs, come to Yankee Stadium for some interleague play, and the doctor orders a heavy dose of Sevy with Luis on the hill versus Wade. He's just being Miley for the baby Bears. A little chill on a summer night. Gleyber solo home run to kick off the scoring, and say hey, it's Jay Hayes. He goes Oppo Taco at the stadium. His first homer of the season. It's tied up at ones until the 13th inning. It looked like a high school prom with the amount of people stuck on second and third base. Not the hero this city deserves, but the one it needs. Trevino, he does it again. Jose says, let's go home as he walks it off. The Yankees go Sevy to Castro to King to Holmes to Clark to Wandy to Marinaccio. Yankees win 2-1 final after 13 innings in the boogie down. Woo! Let's go Yanks.
Go Yanks, go. You were at this game.
Yes.
I was at a resort.
Yes.
Watching on my phone, kind of, because I was hanging out with Katie and the baby because we went swimming. Big old resort with a lot of pools. James loves to swim.
Love that.
And I was watching on my phone in the hotel room as I was falling asleep. And I couldn't last. It's like, this is not even interesting. It's like I'm trying to stay awake and this is a very uninteresting version of baseball that isn't exciting me. And then when they held them in the 13th, and I went to commercial, I took my phone out of my hands, I put it on the bedside table, and I said, if I stay awake for the walk-off, That's cool, but there's no way like this is going to go another one and they don't score.
Right.
So I woke up to find out Trevino walked it off. I was very excited about that.
I was in the stands with Joe's McFly and his son Noah for this game. Good energy at the stadium. Cubs in town, right? Like Yankees, Cubs, a lot of Chicago people, a lot of dual couples, a lot of Cubs Yankee couples in the stands.
I like that.
Yeah, right? Like look at this.
like that.
Look at us coming together. And then yeah, dude, the game was pretty tough. Genuinely not patting myself on the back. I got mobbed a couple times. Nice people in the crowd, but what would happen was one crowd formed and then there was like a second layer of crowd. So at one point of the game, I missed like an inning and a half. Joe started texting me. He's like, "You all right?" I was like, "I'm kind of all right." So I come back and this is like 6th or 7th inning and Joe's is like, "Are you watching the game?" And I was like, "All right, Joe's." And then I told him, I was like, "Well, this game's probably going 12 anyways." And Joe said, "Don't say that," because he was with Noah, and he said, Noah starts getting loopy the later it gets.
Yeah,
Noah started getting loopy. I was getting loopy. I was dog tired. It was a long week. Yeah, man. I mean, luckily for me, I hit that adult, like, oh my God, I'm so tired. What am I doing? Then I got over that hill that I was like, well, this is house money. I'm going to be exhausted for 2 days anyways. I might as well go nuts. So I started getting a little wonkier. And then Trevino, dude, because obviously he's a full-blown storyline. Like, it went from, like, there's things that you feel like stay in your little Yankee world. Like, what he's doing in the American League now is pretty high up there with catchers. And it's magical. I mean, you could do the father-son connection thing with his 2 walk-offs. Whoa.
What? Great. Pause right there. Was it his son's birthday on this walk-off day?
I believe so, yes.
I was trying to find more on that.
Yeah.
I didn't do a long time looking because, again, I had to go swimming.
I think he made an Instagram post.
Yeah, it was posted earlier.
But I saw that, and I was like, birthday weekend or birthday?
Right.
Because if it's the day and his 3 walk-offs in his career, or, now he's gotten Father's Day, his dad's birthday, and his son's birthday, then we're dealing with a whole nother element of, fan fiction that someone's doing.
I mean, yeah.
Like witchcraft stuff. If it was his son's birthday, to the point where next year you have to note that, like, how Judge is good on national TV always.
Right.
Like, yeah, Judge is going to go off. It's a national TV game. Like, he kind of knows that. You'd be like, well, there's a connection with dads here. So Trevy's probably going off.
I believe it's confirmed / a website said it was, celebrated his birthday on the same day. So yeah, I mean, I don't, not getting into like midnight stuff too, because it was kind of late. Either way, counts.
Don't do that, dude. His kid was in Texas probably watching.
We're not doing that.
I think it was like 11:30-ish.
It felt like 4 a.m.
I know. The game was quick. 2 quickest pitchers. We were talking about that.
That was pretty wild.
It did feel way later.
Felt later.
And yeah, this is one of those funny things because when you're at the game, it's just different. And like we knew that runners were getting left in scoring position, but we didn't realize it was all time.
You didn't. Well, the Manfred
you don't
rule
feel
helps
that
too.
when exactly. You feel it when you're at the game, but you don't think it's historical all-time stuff, which was really funny.
They have the LOB on the scoreboard sometimes, right?
Right, but they don't highlight it and say this is an all-time. Excuse me, people in the stands. You're watching one of the worst hitting performances with runners in scoring position ever. Shout out Bob Shepard. That never happened. So yeah, you started to feel that. And then, yeah, man, I mean, you thought it was going to end a few times. Shout out, Yankees bullpen, runner on second every inning, and they held. And then, if you're the Chicago Cubs and you lose that game, you're set up for what happened the next 2 days. Yeah.
I mean, they lost Wade Miley after 3. They used so many pitchers that they had to send the dude in the next game. Like, the rudest thing you could do to a kid making his second ever start
on national TV.
On national TV again. And everyone knew it, but it was like, well, dude, we used 10 pitchers yesterday? 9?
Yeah, it was 9 in that first game. So yeah.
On the Yankees side of things, like, they got beat up. They had some hits off Miley, and then just went completely dead versus the bullpen. You've seen a new pitcher every time, and you didn't prep, and I don't know. Like, they used some good names at, F. Ross, Martin, Michael Givens, David Robertson, Rowan Wick. Those are all, unlike the starters we saw in games 2 and 3, those are all the guys.
Those are major league relievers on most bullpens.
Yeah, they're playing.
Yeah.
Brandon Hughes is a rookie at the end there, I believe, right? Or is that? Yeah, I think so. Is that another Hughes? Is that another Hughes that's a rookie?
He's 26 from Sterling, Michigan.
Yeah, he's a rookie. So anyway, I'm not too upset with the offense, but I mean, it was kind of bizarre. They also got in at 5 a.m. after the Minnesota whirlwind. So they get the win.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams, funny enough, Jim, and this was a really cool day for us. Ian Happ, Anthony Rizzo came to the office. Scott F. Ross, the reliever you just mentioned. Really cool of them to stop by, especially after a long travel day. I saw, randomly, after the game, I saw Happer on the street, not trying to meet up. And, dude, he's I'm not throwing him under the bus because it's not just him, but he was like dog tired, dude. He was like, we traveled here. We're in the grind of the season. The Yankees got in at 5 a.m. the night before. Like, both these teams were, by inning 13, by inning 10, they were ready to get out of there.
Where'd you see him, in Manhattan or New York? Or?
Outside the stadium, by where the players leave. I was getting a Uber with our guy Joe.
You're stalking the players?
I was stalking the players a little bit.
Sign me autograph, mister. Sign me autograph.
Sign my tit.
2 different versions of you.
Nico Horner did not like when I asked him that. Nice guy.
So they win.
They win, and it kind of set the tone for the rest of the series.
Well, yeah, because they had used 9 guys. How many pitchers did the Yankees use?
7.
And do we have any care on how they went about that?
Castro, King to Holmes. That was kind of their winning formula in this game. Sevy battled a little bit, got out of some jams. And then, they kind of went, Clark was there like, okay, we're going to extra innings.
We need some length.
Multiple. Give us a couple. And he does. Two innings pitched, 12 pitches.
We had that double play, right?
Right, but still, in hindsight, that's 2 innings, 12 pitches.
It's weird to look at.
That's you don't see that in a lot of box scores. And then
he also intentionally walked Happer in the middle of the at bat.
Whoops.
So that lowers the pitch count, and then the batters, because then Happ gets in the double play. So that's kind of funny. 2 outs on 4 pitches, but you face 2 batters. Interesting way to go about that.
I'm going to text Happ. Hey, good series.
King only went 1 inning again.
And then Clark got the double play the next time, too.
Yeah.
And that was a ghost runner.
Right.
So that's so... Yes, that is a funny line. And
Ghost.
it's a weird way that happened.
And then, Wandy after that is like, okay, we're trying to win an extra inning game. And then Marinaccio was kind of like, both teams are ready to go home. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, going to Wandy after Clark there when he had the when Clark had him and didn't have a big pitch count. And then they had like the bottom of their lineup coming up, right?
I wonder if that was like we got 2 innings from Clark and we're using 7 pitchers this game. We might have to use him later this series. Like, it might as well pull him at 12 at this point. I don't know.
Or give him a good taste in his mouth, like we always say. Like, you know what, dude? You got out of 2 jams there. Like, feel good about yourself. But that was the moment where I thought it was Clark till we win or lose. You know? And then they went to Wandy, and I'm like, oh, they want to win this game.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was Yankees win.
Yeah. All right, let's go to game 2.
Yeah, I go to game 2.
Burn, Jake. Burn it. Burn, Jake, burn it.
Summer's here, and it's starting to get swarmer in the Bronx as 2-pitch Matt gets the ball versus Michael Jordan Montgomery as the Yankees continue to be the GOAT. The Cubs are getting judged all series, but especially by leadoff big Aaron Judge on national TV. It's 1-0 Yanks. The shawarma wasn't too bad at first, but left out in the sun, it got gross. Hit the music. Giancarlo Trevino. They both hit home runs. Gleyber bombs. Torres gets on the board, and HR to the Rizzo Jomboy Media's Tony Meatballs. It's 6-0 Yankees after 5. IKF RBI. That scores a run in the 6th, and Judgy sacrifices himself for the team to make it 8. Yankees in the Cubs, Jim, they would stay at 0 as Monty growls his way off the mound in the 7th. Woo! Feeling good. How about you? Marinaccio to that cop Litke. Yankees win 8-0 final.
Unfortunate tweet by the Cubs social media, who I believe were somewhat helpful in having Rizzo and Happer and all that happen. But they just, just a quip, just a witty tweet.
Yeah.
Yankees fans thinks everything's a home run, but not this one because our guy caught it. Ha, ha, ha. And for the Yankees to go on, and not even counting game 3, but the rest of that game hit 6 solo shots is that's an unfortunate caption for that.
Because Stanton drove that ball in the first, gets caught at the wall.
Yeah, for the kid, Matt Schwarmer, like, shell-shocked at one point. Like, he just was like, what? Everything's a home run?
Well, and I mean, man, this was a classic case. Kid's a 2-pitch pitcher. In the Bronx, the Yankees look fantastic. The Cubs are slowly dying. Judge gets him, and it's like, oh, might be a long day, kid. I tweeted that out. I was worried for Matt Schwarmer. And then he gets through the lineup once, and you're like, all right, Matty Schwarmer, you settled in. Good for you, kid. Then Stanton hits one through the Poland Spring sign that's, if you hit it there, the ball should be coming down, not going out. Just a sicko home run. What was Boone's quote after the game? That was really good. What did he say? He's not right.
You're weird.
He's weird.
You're weird. You just said you're weird.
He's weird.
Unicorn.
He is, and then Gleyber gets one, which I won't, there's rumors around baseball that the juicy ball came back. I would kind of circle that homer. Didn't even look like Gleyber got it great, and it gets out to right center, which we like that. Trevino, just miracle, best season ever a player's had. Judgy again, because he's going to win the MVP, and then Rizzo has to get one against his old team. Almost boring against Schwarmer for a little bit. And then the story's Monty. I don't know if he gets talked about later, but talk about how many times over the past couple years have we talked about Monty needing that winning feeling off the mound, and he gets himself in a little bit of a predicament at the end of the day, but he battles through it, and he lets out some emotion. Pump it into my veins, Monty.
Monty, yeah, I don't know if we get to Monty later in the episode, but That was cool. They let him in. I mean, he's been searching for that. We've been searching for that. I'm like, let him walk off the mound feeling good. And we get like a roar. It's like, okay, well, someone's getting into you, you know, Sevy just screaming at you. BBD, I'm going to send you the box score. I send you a picture of it. If you're able to throw that on screen, it's one of the more hilarious savant box scores I've seen. I like looking at their box scores because they put the flames emoji to represent a hard hit ball. And I've never seen, I mean, I haven't looked at today's yet, which might be even crazier, but every player that got an at bat has a hard hit ball. Hicks is the only player that only had, Hicks and Donaldson had one each. Gleyber and Stan had three each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hitters had multiple hard hit balls. And they're just getting lit up.
Yeah, and I mean they were rocking the ball. I mean there wasn't a lot of runners in scoring position. Yankees were 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position because they were hitting out of the park before that. And yeah, man, Monty finishes with 96 pitches. That final inning, he goes single on the first pitch, and then Horner hits a single on a 6-pitch at bat, and you're kind of doing this like, are they going to do it? That's traditionally when they've pulled Monty, but closer games, so they go to the, tight bullpen. They leave him. He gets Simmons to fly out, and then strikeout of Hayward and Morel. So he lets out a little Monty scream. So, yeah, it's, Monty's letting out a scream. Trevino's having multi-hit days with a homer. Judge is having a multi-homer day. Like, it's all... Yeah, man.
It's good stuff.
It's funny stuff.
It's the good stuff.
Man.
I pulled something up that I was going to talk about in this game, but I forget now. Judge leadoff. Gallo plays left. That's of note. Hicks in center field while Judge DHing. Stanton in right field again. So we're seeing stuff. And then Judge lead off 2 days in a row. Marinaccio, Litke. So it's just like a fun Saturday game. Felt like it should have been a Saturday day game.
Yeah, the Fox night game, which I'm sure Cubs Yankees was a headline at the time, but Cubbies closer to Cincinnati than a lot of other teams in baseball.
It's true. It's true. Okay. Anything else? I mean, there was no real decision making or anything here.
No. Decisions were made when it was 8-0.
Yeah.
When they left in Schwarmer at 5-0.
When Carpenter got him. Was that Carpenter got him to make it 8-0 or something like that? Or
Rizzo got him to make it 6, and that was kind of the...
There's a shot of Rossi in the dugout like,
yeah.
What do I do? I don't know.
Here we go.
The innings.
Tough.
That's brutal. Yeah. It didn't get any much better in game 3 if you want to start that burn. Burn, Jakey, burn. Burn yourself in a fire.
Like college bros cleaning out an apartment, we got some broomsticks and Jameson as Tyone and the Yanks go for the sweep as Keegan and Kel Thompson tries to be all of that for Chi-Town. Co-worker Ian happens to run into one in the first, but do you know what Keegan is backwards? Nah, geek. Doesn't make it out of the first. Yankees looking like Chad Kroger putting a nickel back up on the board. It's 5-1 Yanks after 1. Yanks, in a beautiful tribute to Scott Brocious, put up 18 runs. Splat! Easier to tell you about these guys. I must ask you a question. Are you for real, Matt Carpenter? 2 homer day, and Higgy says LOL same as Higgy pops his first 2 of the year. It's Tyone Nicastro to Banuelos for the save. Yankees sweep a sad Cubs team, 18-4 final. Woof.
Woof. Good burn, Jake. My thing that I forgot was that Monty threw 96 pitches, which is the most of his season. Last episode, when we were saying let's start upping it. So say by 6 pitches.
And it's we've talked about the blowout thing a lot in baseball as we get another one today. But for that Monty example, it's we talk about resetting the pen, but there's ripple effects to all of this, whether it's rest for players or getting guys hot or whatever it is. Like if that was a 3-0 game or a 3-1 game, they would have pulled Monty after the 2 singles. But they get to stretch him out, and he gets to do that. So the ripple effect of baseball has been beautiful for the Yankees this year, including today's game.
And Monty, Meredith said on the broadcast that Monty knew he needed to save the pen and like that you need to give him length. It was like cognizant in his mind. But yeah, today's game, double scratch lineup as Gleyber comes out with bubble guts and Severino comes out with bad back.
Big old nuts.
Trevino's probably like, I'm your starting catcher, and it's day after night. I just take the day off. Higgy's got it.
Regretting it now.
No, he's happy for Higgy.
Higgy gets his first 2 home runs of the year in this game. One off a position player. That's fine.
Debatably harder to hit a 35-mile-per-hour pitch with that much arc out than a grooved fastball like his first one.
There'd be an argument if there hasn't been someone telling the people of Yankees fandom for 5 years that Kyle Higashioka would finish top 5 in a Yankees home run derby. If there is not better proof than that 35-mile-per-hour pitch, then I don't know what is.
Okay. I mean, you're really
Did you say
put him in batting practice group 1. See how he fares.
Maybe I will. He'd like it, dude.
I don't think he'd like it at all, man.
There's something badass when Higgy comes up to like heavy rock music. There's something badass about it.
Probably the badass music.
Because you hear the music, it catches your attention because not many guys go that lane. And then you look and it's Higgy and you're kind of like, whoa, man.
Is DJ still coming up to that song?
DJ's pushing P.
I know. You're not going back yet?
Pushing P. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need him to go back.
Okay.
In this game, double scratch lineup, which means we get to see Carpenter at third for the first time, which, yikes, because he looked good.
7 RBI day, too.
7 RBI day. And then what else did they do in the lineup that was funky because of that? No, just Higgy.
Yeah, Marwin was in left for this game today. And goes 0 for 5, which is kind of nice of him. Just to not put any like flames on a Marwin conversation. Just like, I'll be good on the bench, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Dropped DJ to 4 when Gleyber came out.
A cleanup DJ.
Got Judge back to lead off.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I mean, when DJ, it was Judge leadoff with Gleyber in the 4 spot.
I'd have to double check the Yankees lineup.
So the interesting part is that when DJ comes into the game, instead of making him lead off, Judge 2, Rizzo 3, Stanton 4, what they've been doing, they keep Judge at leadoff. So I'm a little curious to see, like, do they like Judge at leadoff, or they just didn't want to change too much of the lineup?
Yeah, it's either that or, I mean, even DJ going from off day to lead off, that can be kind of tough. That could have been there. I do think, and I'll bring him up right now, I think Judge's stats leading off are silly this year. It's such a small sample size, but...
Oh, he's 2 home runs. I don't think he's gotten out in the first inning.
Right. He, coming into today, it was 4 games with 3 homers, 1.353 OPS, and he goes 3 for 6 today, so... I mean, maybe it's one of those. We've been laughing about Judge in center field, how Judge told the Yankees, like, I play center field. And they're like, all right, big guy, you're going in right. And now here we are 5 years later, and he's playing center field. That I think Judge doesn't hate leading off either. He just doesn't look like a leadoff center fielder.
I mean, you lead off center fielder, you think of like Buxton.
Juan Pierre.
Yeah. Judge is good. I mean, Besides the stats, well, maybe I'll save this. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Tyone struggles a little bit. I mean, 5 innings. Yes. 5 innings pitched, 3 pitch, and that's 2 games in a row. So I'm hoping he comes out next start, Tyone, and shoves. I think he's going to be facing the Blue Jays, which he's pitched well against them twice now.
This is like a bad stepping stone. Like he had a bad start, and now he's going to get back to a normal bad start, and then it'll be lights out next start.
Yeah. The fastball was just not looking as pinpoint as it had been in the past. Like he abandoned the fastball in his start before this one. So I was interested to see if he brings it back. He did. It's back up to like 38%. And then they go Castro and then Manny B for a while because at that point, nothing matters. So
nothing matters.
I mean, at any point, did anything matter in this game?
No. Gallo hits a 2-out double that scores 2 that makes it from 3-1, like this might be a game, to 5-1. But after that, not really.
No. Yeah.
No.
Like, I didn't even really watch them on defense, the Yankees. Was there any miscues or mistakes? I mean,
it was a little.
I was cooking dinner, so when they were hitting, I was watching. I was like, "Shit's happening."
It was a little. There's a couple sloppers. Rizzo and Tyone didn't connect on a first baseman to pitcher play. Rizzo got the error. Could have been on Tyone. And Marwin actually, he had a couple funky ones in left that led to a pair of triples. But I don't think if Brett Gardner was out there, I don't know if there was one triple. And then, like, later in the game, there was one that drops in front of, and it actually might have led to a run. There was one that fell in front of Judge that if it was a real game, I think he dives and catches, but he was just like, we're up by double digits. So, yeah. Yankees coming from the Friday night game, that was the worst game for runners in scoring position ever. They were 10 for 16 today. So
they got to face a lot of MLB relievers in the first day, and then they faced a lot of, guys in the entrance.
Sheesh.
All right, that wraps it up.
I'm pushing P.
Congrats to Happ on getting his homer. I was happy for him.
Good series.
It's like, get the homer, get the triple, because we're just going to put up 18.
I told him, good series. He said, thanks. I said, second deck. Whoops. He said, that's an out at Wrigley.
Nah, he smoked that one.
I know. That's.
Yeah, I know.
That's the yoke.
Unless it's a windy day, then it might be.
Like 40 miles per hour coming in?
Yeah.
Caught by the first baseman?
Yeah. Yes. Second half of the show is when we give out some awards. And these awards are brought to you by...
These awards?
Yes.
These shoes?
These shoes.
They're brought to you by Shady Rays, Jim. Are you familiar?
Yeah, dude. I really do. I found a pair on the golf course.
Really?
Disc golf course.
That's true. Jim, Shady Rays is changing the way you wear sunglasses in the outdoors. The best combination of fit, style, performance without the big price tag. I like all of that. And most importantly, focus, people. Hello. Cuckoo. Every pair is backed by their lost and broken replacement guarantee. If you lose or break your pair of Shady Rays, ever, could be day 1, could be day 100, or anything outside of that, they'll send you a brand new pair. Every one of you listening to this has lost a pair of sunglasses, and Shady Rays would have you covered in that regard. And, however, they have an insane deal for you guys. If you go to shadyrays.com and use code YANKS, 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades. True story. We peel back the curtain for you guys. We talked to Shady Rays after they did this, and they were like, holy smokes, your people like this. And we say, yeah, they're baseball fans. We're out in the sun. We got to cover our eyeballs to survive. And they were like, Jake, if you could get off the call, we're trying to get stuff done. And I said, that's so fair. Go to shadyrays.com and use code YANKS, 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades.
Pride of the Yankees.
First,
Pride of the
yes.
Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the pride of the Yankees, and it's Sunday, so I get to go first. And this is an easy one for me. I'm not going to try and get cute or creative.
Really?
My pride of the Yankees is Aaron Judge.
Oh.
He is unbelievable. 500 on base percentage. They were intentionally walking him in the extra inning game. 462 batting average, 2 home runs. He had 6 hits in the series, and they were spread out among the 3 games. 1, 2, 3. He did 1 hit game 1, 2 hits game 2, 3 hits game 3. Getting it done early too, first or second at bat, leading to runs and production and spitfire in the offense, besides in game 1, obviously. But man, he's really good. And what I was going to say earlier that I thought I'd save is the fact he's playing center field every day, man. Like if he was still playing right field, he would have and if he finishes out, obviously, and still just playing right field, he earned himself more money from from Yankees or whatever team is bidding for him in free agency, and like turned down the contract. That was a lot of money, and earned himself more if he was playing right field. He's doing this while playing a lot of center field. Do you know how much money that adds to the money he's going to get in the money offer?
I think it's a little bit, but it's only because it's already a lot of bit of money.
Yeah, but it adds value. Like it's a selling point that his agency will use.
Right. I mean, the numbers are going to end up in Looney Tune land. He's having an MVP season. And yeah, I think the last, quick math, like 13 or so games, or maybe it's 14 now. I think 11 are in center, 2 DH, and 1 right field. So, yeah, I mean, he's been really good out there. Coney highlighted it on that diving catch he made on the first game where he was like, that wasn't a good catch for Aaron Judge. That was a good catch for center fielders. I think it was a 40% catch rate. And yeah, you saw, Adler, Hoke, a couple of the people were joking how ridiculous it is that, Aaron Judge just casually became the Yankee center fielder, which people know I love the center field position, but also in Yankee lore, like center field is like Yankee center field is a famous thing. And Aaron Judge is now doing that.
In the club.
Yeah, man, he's your current MVP winner, and it's not close.
We talked.
I wonder what the odds are.
I think he's the favorite. We talked a few weeks ago on Talking Baseball about how he'd started a lot in center field, moved to right. He hasn't had a game where he started in center and moved to right in almost a month.
Yeah.
He's been playing all 9 innings in center a lot.
He's plus 170. Next is plus 375, Shohei.
Who's after Shohei, if you don't mind me asking?
Plus 650, Mike Trout.
Okay.
I don't know when this is from, though, because it might be a little dated.
Yeah.
No, June 10th, 2022.
It's recent, man.
He's good. He's pride of the Yankees. I have awarded him that.
It's a good one, dude. It's a good one.
Thanks.
Should I go?
You get to give one out now, too. I mean, there's a lot of options.
The board is open, Jim. The board is very open. Man. A lot of guys ended up having pretty good numbers. I'm going to go with feel on this one.
Okay.
If you're throwing a pitch, you got to make sure you're throwing it with conviction. I'm going Jose Trevino. He hits the game winner on Friday night in a 13-inning marathon. Last dude on the bench comes in, pinch hit, game winner. We already
Too easy.
What's that?
like his hit was so easy.
Yeah.
That it made everyone else feel like, why couldn't anyone, like, why, what have we been watching that no one could do that?
Oh, Boone and Rossi before the 13th looked at each other, and Boone said, if you get one off of Marinaccio, we'll call off the dogs. If you don't, you have to call off the dogs. And that's kind of what happened. Trevino makes it look easy. In 12 innings, the team had 5 hits. He comes into the 13th, gets the walk-off. We talked about it on his son's birthday after he has the walk-off on his dad's birthday. And, yeah, man, he's becoming like a special part of the DVD. And he's having also the game he starts in this series. He goes 3 for 4, hits a home run. The guy's numbers on the year are he's in all-star contention. He's hitting 309. He's got an 861 OPS. How many times do we scream at you about Gary's OPS being in the 8s and us telling you what that means from the catcher position? The guy is also like one of the best, if not the best, pitch framer in the games. You see it any game he's catching. It's like oddly visible, the strikes he can steal for our pitching staff. Yeah, man, I don't even know what you do with it. Just play him back there 2 out of 3 games each series and enjoy it.
Yeah. He's a starting catcher. I mean, you ride this out and see what happens. And the crazy thing is, we have a track record of these things riding for a while. Like, this is how we spoke about
Steven Ridings.
Gio Urshela for sure. 100%. That's how we spoke about him. He had never, ever hit above, I don't know if his stats were similar to Trevino beforehand, but they similar mindset, glove guy, not a bat. Then he did 3 years of like just hitting. Luke Voigt, a little different because he hadn't failed hitting. He just didn't get the opportunity.
Right.
We saw Talkin do this for a full season before it went back and faded. So maybe it keeps going a month. Maybe it lasts the year. Who knows? But you let him ride out for a while.
Ride it out. Ride it out. Nice guy, too.
Yes. Maybe one of the best dudes they've had in a while.
And he's a guest on the Chris Rose rotation tomorrow.
Ooh, baby. I think he did that the night of the walk-off, right? He recorded it and then hit a walk-off, so that's the Chris Rose rotation effect?
Well, it's the John Boy Media effect because the day he was in our office, was that his...
Yeah.
That was the Father's Day one, right?
No, it was the next week, but then he had another big game.
He did something that night.
The homer that night.
Did he have
walk-off was the week before.
2 homers when he came to the office? I don't know.
Either way. And how about the Yankees retweeting a little Toeing the Slab? Matt Blake. Great episode.
Matt Blake on Toeing the Slab with Coney, yeah.
Great
That's cool.
episode.
He was cool.
Appreciate you.
I listened.
Let's go Yankees. Now,
LGY.
This is going to be tough, Jim.
This is going to be tough.
You Yankee motherfucker.
This is going to be tough, and I mean, I'm just going Hicks because he's the only one that started 2 games and didn't get a hit. And honestly, nothing more to say. We have to give it MFer. I don't think there's a conversation. I think he gets more time because he's been hitting well, but simply because he had the most plate appearances with 0 hits on the team, I'm giving it to him. You're up.
Good award. Good award. Holy cow. I'll go Marwin.
Only other guy without a hit.
I told Coach Ballgame, who I watched some of the most of game 3 with. I was like, I've never seen a person be able to play all of the positions so smoothly. And, no hits, and he kicked 1 ball around and made it a triple, but it was 4 in Happ, so maybe he's a company guy too. Tough MF for Yankees are dominant. Marwin, welcome to the family. Eat a bug.
Regular old awards. It's time for regular old awards.
Regular old awards are brought to you by Tone the Slab. I just mentioned it. The Yankees retweeted the Yankees. David Cohn. Justin Shackle, the voice of the Yankees. James Smythe, the stats of the Yankees. They had Matt Blake on this week, and it's an awesome episode. I mean, you can hear Coney drooling because Matt Blake, he's got degrees in psychology and philosophy, and now he's this pitching guru. Matt Blake kind of tells his story, and producer Dan Rourke was like, yo, I didn't know if he was going to, tell us stuff about the Yankees, but he, does. And it's pretty cool. So if you're a Talkin' Yanks fan, it's kind of a must listen to episode.
Go check it out.
Toe in the Slab.
My first award is going to be the Once in Future Carpenter Award.
What was that?
It's the Once in Future Carpenter Award.
The Once in Future Carpenter.
Once and Future Carpenter Award.
Once and Future Carpenter Award. Okay.
It's a song by the Avett Brothers.
I will wait for you.
Yes.
Love
no,
that.
Once I was a carpenter, man, my hands were callous. I swung, but I could swing a metal mallet sure and straight.
I mean, dog, I'm going to low-key guess you're going Matt Carpenter.
I am. That's
All right.
correct.
All right.
Kind of just he's the other conversation that needs to happen right now in this episode, so I had to think of an award to give him.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Matt?
Mm.
The mustaches and the faces and the most effortless home runs.
Yeah.
Are you swinging?
Yeah.
If anyone is unfamiliar, I know we did it when they first picked him up, but the story is really awesome now. He had an awful last 900 plate appearances or 1,000. I don't know how long it goes for the Cardinals that they let him go. They owed him money, and he didn't want to hang it up. He didn't think that Father Time actually beat him, so he spent the entire offseason going hitting coach to hitting coach, listening to their philosophies on hitting. And then he called Joey Votto because Votto recently went through that where he stopped hitting. And then all of a sudden last year, Votto came out and was just crushing homers. And they asked him and he said, I changed my swing. And Carpenter called Votto. The story is that Votto was on vacation. Carpenter called him just to get some advice. And Votto stayed on the phone for 3 hours going over everything. And he was like, how he started swinging for homers more and ambushing fastballs and hitting for power. Carpenter signed with his hometown Rangers because he's from Texas. They said you can do a spring invite. He didn't make the team. He went to AAA because it was right by his hometown. Hit for 20 games really well. Said, can you release me in case there's other teams out there that want me? Texas Rangers say, yeah, sure. Yankees pick him up. And now he's putting that swing on display. And unbelievable to spend a year retooling your swing and you come out and your first 7 hits, there's 8 home runs. For 6 hits, there's 7 home runs. Just nuts.
It's crazy. Yeah, his last 180 games with St. Louis, 176, a 605 OPS, no power, a 291 slug. This is a guy that he finished 9th in the 2018 MVP voting. So, we're a few years removed from that, obviously, but man, it's obviously there's baseball gods, obviously there's Father Time, and there's, if you're Matt Carpenter and your body's feeling good, a lot of people are telling you, hey, you had a great career and you're heading down the downslope. He thought he had more in the bag, and he's showing he does, and yeah, You're right. There's over the past couple years, you talked about the Urshela's and stuff. Maybe for him it's a Cameron Maybin type resurgence. Although Cameron Maybin didn't really have the history of his performance. That was a little juice ball and playing over his skis a little bit. By the way, Cameron Maybin killing it. Was in the Fox studio for the Saturday night game. Matt Carpenter, Jim, and maybe this would be our sports talk topic. It would be the 2 homers are less important than him playing third base today. Matt Carpenter had been DH only, and today he plays third base. That if you've got that in the bag, we got room for you, Matty.
It adds a trickier element to a lot of things. I was a little annoyed with him getting that base hit.
Sure.
In the 8th or whatever it was. I thought we were doing bunts and homers only.
Right.
But the 2 homers, that plays.
1.592 OPS is pretty good in his time with the Yankees. This was his first start in 9 days.
Booney said that he put him in the garage for a little bit and then took him out for a spin.
And his previous 3 starts before that, he had hit a home run. So in his last 4 starts, he's hit at least 1 home run. And yeah, man, it's all good, especially for now. And I think one of the nice things about having the veterans, because you're right, there's cans of worms to be talked about between Donaldson and DJ and Gleyber's bubble butt or whatever's going on. But at this point in the season, with the Yankees having so many veterans, I don't think anyone would be too torn up about playing time. Like, I think Josh Donaldson shows up to the ballpark, and if you give him a day off, he's like, all right, yeah. Like, I think these conversations start getting very real leading up to the trade deadline, and they'll get very real leading up to October, because that's when, if a Matt Carpenter takes 4 at-bats away from a Josh Donaldson and he doesn't have a good night, that's sports talk gold, Jerry.
JD might be pissed he's coming out of the lineup, though. I mean, we heard that there's some guys that are mad when that comes out.
I think not right now. Matt Carpenter just sat for 9 days.
Chilling.
Growing out that mustache, baby.
Which Gallo and Marwin, I think, also had little mustaches. I think there might become a thing.
You know I've been ready for mustaches.
Do you have an award?
Wait, I do these too?
I give out 2 good ones.
Oh.
And you give out 2 as well.
Okay. I'm starting to put this together now.
I go, you go.
You go, and then I go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
James, I'm going to give out prestigious award. I'm going to give out the Chill Out Old Men award.
Chill out, old man.
Chill out, old man.
That is going to Gleyber Torres.
Jim, it's obviously going to Gleyber Torres. He's up to almost 2 WAR on the season. We've talked about him a lot. This is actually piggybacking off of one of your awards in previous episodes. I mentioned all the veterans that are excited about, a couple off days here and there, and we're on a winning championship team. This is what Donaldson and Carpenter and these guys, Rizzo wants this for his career. DJ wants this for his career, to get a ring with the Yankees. Gleyber also very much wants that. He's 25. he's playing his best baseball that we've seen. After, by the way, he was, it's funny. We're looking at Matt Carpenter and how many games that he had been kind of a subpar baseball player. We're starting to, let's be honest, we're all starting to track Joey Gallo's stats and how long he's been with the Yankees and been below average. We had a lot of conversations about Gleyber Torres. he is like Charlie Angel's full throttle right now. That, in his last 15 games, he's one-dotting. He's playing at an MVP level for the last 15 that my guy is saying, don't throw me in the old guy rest day plan. So I'm starting to think one of the teammates food poisoned him.
You think Carp got him?
I think there's a chance for Carp.
Well, who else? No one else benefited from it, right?
Donaldson, it backfired.
Maybe Donaldson also ate it and he forgot. Like he did the prank and he forgot about it. And then, oh my God, I ate the same stuff.
Yeah, it's tough to keep Gleyber regular.
Last 27 games, a 913 OPS, which would basically be the best second baseman in the AL.
He's hitting, man. Last 10 games, 1.1 with a stolen base. But he got the shits today, so he's out.
Off day tomorrow. Flush it out.
Is Gleyber friendless right now?
I think like Sevy.
Yeah, but Andujar, when he was around, like best buds.
Well, I mean, they were like,
and then Gio came around, best buds.
They've got history.
Gary's gone.
Kiner's trying, but
I think Nestor and Gleyber.
Yep.
Well, so he's got no best friend on the infield with him. Maybe that's keeping him more focused.
Yeah. Not as many distractions.
The old Melky Cabrera Robinson Cano trade.
Although him and Kiner had, after one of the games, they had a nice middle
video thing or an Instagram.
They had a nice middle infield celebration. So trying to work
liking
that.
him, but
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gleyber pranked him on the plane the other day.
Right. He had that Insta post where Kiner was sleeping and he put like thought bubbles above
He's dreaming.
him.
He did a little dream bubble. He's dreaming about Gleyber.
It's kind of when you make a friend at summer camp and you don't want to get too invested because it could end.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good for Gleyber.
Good for Gleyber.
I'm giving the no fear. No, fear's a good thing. I don't want to come out on fear.
You're a fan of fear.
Yeah. If you don't have fear, there's nothing to overcome. Courage is born out of fear. Duh. And you're a guy who says, quote, I live scared, quote.
Not as much as Zoe, but yeah.
I'm going to say this is just confidence award.
Awesome, dude. Just one word, confidence.
Confidence award.
Bless you, David. Man, awesome. Sevy.
Yes.
Nice.
Severino, good job.
Thank you.
Guess it was too much of a layup.
Yeah, you kind of fed me that
gave
one.
it all away.
Kinda
I kind of gave it all away in the name.
Kind of fed me that one.
Sevy did not throw a fastball in a 2-0, 3-0, or 3-1 count all game. That kind of stood out to me. He threw his changeup and he threw his slider when he got into those counts. He didn't get into a 3-0 count. That also stood out to me. When he was in fastball counts, he went to his secondary pitches. So I dug a little deeper. Sevy has faced 246 batters.
Yeah.
Only 4 of those batters have gone to a 3-0 count. He has no 4-pitch walks. Every 3-0 pitch has been a strike. And only 25 2-0 counts, which is like 9% of batters faced, has gone 2-0. Which is pretty cool to only have 4 batters go 3-0. And then he's not if you're just fastball slider, figure the fastball's getting you there, but he's really a 3.5 pitch pitcher now, sometimes 4. That was crazy. And when down 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, hitters counts, he's only given up 2 hits. So he's just like attacking with his changeup and his slider in places where the batter is very much expecting a fastball. And it's working out pretty well for him. So that's I was going to go the no fear, but maybe he's just overcoming it by attacking the zone. Maybe he's terrified.
Attacking the zone, confidence. Okay.
Yeah. Savvy. I thought those were cool numbers.
Okay. I have it a little reverse because, like, if he was pumping his fastball in that count, that would almost be more confident.
Well, yes, but he's always confident with his fastball. To have that confidence with the changeup, which is what he's doing mostly,
off speed confidence,
is pretty wild.
That's huge.
Yep. Good shit, Sevy. 7 shutout. I know Cubs and all that. They didn't have Clint there hitting, but
one earn.
Oh, Monty's shutout.
Yeah.
Still, same shit.
It's good.
It's good.
I'll go.
You're up now.
Are you ready? You're done?
I'm done.
Okay. Just needed that confirmation. Jim, I'm doing the home is where the harp is.
Home is where the harp is.
What'd you say?
Home is where the harp is. Is that what you said?
I don't know. We'd have to rewatch it, but it's impossible to do that, so we'll just let it ride.
Well, BBD, what are you typing in?
Home is where the harp is.
Oh.
Bryce Harper? You think they should have got him back in 2019?
It's a fun conversation. Could he play left field? No. Is that your official guess?
No.
I didn't think it was. That's why I figured I'd ask.
No. Maybe you're going Monty. Is he better at home? And he plays the harp?
Your official guess?
No.
Oh, shit.
Rizzo.
Is this your official guess?
Yes.
Okay. Jim, it's going to Anthony Rizzo.
Whoa, baby.
There's rules to awards. You only get one guess, though, so no credit.
I did only get one guess.
You guess Harper. That's what BBD wrote down.
How many official guesses did I have?
BBD wrote down Harper. So I'm sorry about it. Anthony Rizzo, who, by the way, he's making a home in New York. He's been here for, coming up on a year now. He comes by the John Boy Media office. He confirmed the Rizzo ball story, for those that don't know. When Rizzo bounced the ball over the netting to me, he confirmed that. It was his first time doing that party trick. We're united forever. We had bones over it. He's a New Yorker now. Anthony Rizzo lives in New York. Comes by the office. He plays for the Yankees. Jim, and you were on it with the splits. We were doing the every other month thing with Rizzo, which still kind of stands. At home, Anthony Rizzo is 246, 360 on base, and 948 OPS. On the road, 182, 268, a 632 OPS. And Jim, speaking of home, I think when a lot of us think of our homes, we think of our mothers. I met Mrs. Rizzo this weekend. She was at the Friday night game, and she was in the row behind me and Joe's. And she was with a ticket guy I'm familiar with, and he said, "Hey, this is Ms. Rizzo." I was like, "Oh, your son was by our office today." And she was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I know you guys." And she was like, "You're a pretty funny follow." And I'm like, "Hey, Ms. Rizzo, come on." And then I
basically called you ugly.
No, there was no one said
she follows you for your jokes, not your looks. That's what she said.
No one said the
That's
U word.
because he's always just joking.
Yeah, she knows my content. But yeah, I mean, John Boy Media, New York, the Yankees, Mrs. Rizzo, it's all home. and Riz is playing better at the ballpark in the Bronx, which means something to Yankee fans, which is kind of funny.
He's good.
Yeah. Couple nice
He had a good-
picks.
The Schwindels were at Billy's.
He had a good Minnesota as well, right?
In Minnesota?
Yeah, so like I'm wondering where the home splits come from. In May, was he decent at home but bad on the road? Did they have more road games? Because it didn't feel like in April he was only good at home.
He's just been better at home. I mean, dude, he's got a 3-homer game at home.
That helps.
You know, the month of May was a little lost that I think his bigger contributions did come at home. And even like, you know, the past 2 series previous to this, he had a homer in Minnesota and he had like a 286 batting average, which is good. But the series before that against Detroit, he hit 2 homers. So I think he's just been a little better at home.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's cool. Good award.
Thank you.
Anything else we need to touch on?
I think we normally do premonitions and then stand up, but outside of that.
Wrong show. Messed that up last week too.
I mentioned Monty. Awesome for him. Happy for him. Probably could have got an award. Got a big mid-show conversation, which some say is the equivalent to an award.
I heard that.
Clay Holmes continues a perfect season.
No one talked about that, though.
No one talked about that, though. Pal Joey was around. Again, keep track if he's in left field or not. Kiner gets a few hits. Who else?
A couple more errors or botch plays.
Yeah, that's tough.
Happens.
Donaldson sits today. Yeah, I mean, today's one of those weird ones. It's kind of the John Boy, like everything over 10 runs kind of doesn't matter.
In these last 5 minutes, we wanted to talk about the upcoming stretch. 13 games against the Rays, the Jays, Houston, the Rays. Is it the Rays twice?
Rays-Jays-Rays-Astros.
Awesome. Text from Joe's McFly, in quotes, I love the Yankees. They're so good.
Ask him what he's talking about.
I'm going to screenshot that.
Oh, I'm in the text too.
I'm going to dox him, I think.
I'll confuse him. I'm going to say 2022 Yanks.
So how many games? We're doing a game guess check?
Yeah, let's see what we want. It's 13 games. It's a tough stretch. It's the Rays first, and they come to the stadium, so that's nice. We haven't seen that yet. Do we see McClanahan?
It says he's pitching on Wednesday. Coach Ballgame said, did he get hurt? And I don't know if that was just him being silly, Coach Ballgame. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. So I think McClanahan should be one of these games.
I've got Gleyber, McClanahan, Rasmussen.
All right. Hey, Kluber pitched well against us last time, and McClanahan is like, go look at his season if you're into Baseball Reference. Look at stats. He's great. So that's going to be tough. Yankees have Cole, Nestor, Sevy going, though, so that's the same thing or even better on our side. And then after those 3 against the Rays, it's a road trip to Turfville. You play 3 in Toronto and 3 in Tampa, then 4 against Houston. So at home. So it's a bit of a road trip. Bit of a stretch. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 stretches, and there's no off days. So what
20.
do we – what's that?
It's a 20 and 20 after tomorrow's off day.
Mm-hmm. So what are we – but in those 13, because then they get Oakland. In those 13, Jake, how many do you want? Do you want to just win every series and that's enough? Or will you allow 1 loss series?
So Blue Jays are 3, Rays are 3.
To win the 3
this?
series and split, to win every series, it would be 9 games.
Jim, here's what I need. We're winning the home series. And you can lose 2 out of 3 to one of the road series. If they go 500 to Tampa and Toronto.
On the road?
Yeah, like in 6 games, if they go 3-3, I can, hey, that's baseball a little bit. I feel like Toronto's the one I'd circle. I think they're hungry for us. Like Tampa's just Tampa. I feel like that series in Toronto means a lot to that team. After they were, like, they started off good, they were keeping pace with the Yankees, then they had a bad stretch and the Yankees went nuts. I feel like that series means a lot to Toronto, that if funny business happens there, I'll be okay with it. But yeah, I mean, again, we're championship level, like one of the best starts to a season we've seen a team have. I think that's as fair as I'd go. I mean, winning every series shouldn't be out of the realm.
No, Manoah will be starting that Toronto Friday game, so that'll be a big one up there. Yeah, I'd like to go above 500. It is a tougher stretch that they've had. You know, it's definitely. I don't think they've played 13 games against good teams in a row all season, so it'll be interesting to see if the starting pitching can go deep enough to where the bullpen doesn't get a spotlight shown on it. Because the bullpen still is, they've been performing, but it's lesser teams. But it's still like, you know, Litke and Clark and these guys that are supposed to be towards the Marinaccio, towards the bottom.
You're right. I mean, there could be
like
2
tier up.
If there's 2 potential punt days in this stretch, like that's very in play.
Yeah. But
I think it's the last time we'll see Toronto till August by my quick glance.
But also, like, should Chapman be kind of coming back soon? He threw off a mound.
Yeah, but he's not going to be the closer.
Right,
So,
but he's a Aroldis Chapman. If I can get a couple 8th innings out of him, that would help.
I'd like to see if he can do that.
Yeah, I think we all would.
I really want to beat the Rays, dude. I don't care about the Blue Jays.
They're so far in my rear view.
Yeah, but I just I hate walls now.
Right.
I don't want to. We play 6 against them, win 4 of those. That's what I would say. Win 4 of the 6 against the Rays. Don't care about the Blue Jays that much, and then beat Houston.
Looks like Chapman is supposed to throw a second bullpen tomorrow or Tuesday to dictate his next step. And Johnny Loizaga is expected to rejoin the team on Sunday after attending to a family matter in Nicaragua. So,
I hope everything's all right.
yeah, see what's going on there. How does your mom laugh again?
I sent a message to all of my siblings and said, send an audio clip of your impression of mom's laugh.
No responses, huh?
No. I'll call.
Let's try one.
You want me to call Courtney or Luke?
Luke.
Courtney will probably give an honest effort if she doesn't know she's being recorded.
Courtney's funnier, so I'd go there.
All right.
Luke's,
Dinner time on a Sunday.
Luke's,
Probably earlier Sunday.
Luke's so mid.
Ringing. It's ringing. Courtney is also our head of sales here at John Boy Media. And hates being on camera.
Hates it.
Hates being part of the.
Oh, dude.
Dude, I could call Luke, who's also on a sales team.
Oh,
like,
my God.
camera, but this, he's not even going to try it. He's just going to be like, which I can't even try it. You've made my mom laugh. Do you know?
Big time.
Sunday dinner, I guess.
I mean, tell yourself whatever you got to tell yourself, I guess. No responses in the chat. No 2 phone calls.
That is bullshit. My other sister's in Alaska. I don't think she has service right now.
That's what she told you.
It's convenient.
Find My Friend says she's in Alaska.
That's pretty convenient to be in Alaska right now.
It is. I don't even know the weather there.
I think it's nice this time of year. Well, it depends where
Sunny.
you are.
Pretty pissed about that.
Okay.
My dad would do it, but he's probably listening.
He's probably listening. We'll have a follow-up next episode.
And he can send a voice memo anytime he wants.
That's true. Okay. Follow up next episode of My Mom's Laugh. And the Yankees play the Rays. They get an off day, so everyone enjoy your Monday. And the Yankees are good.
Go Yanks.
See you Tuesday.
Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.